been one. No. Back and forth, push and pull, I'm coming undone. No. Cause I'm going off of a feeling. Between the lines, yeah, I'm reading. Don't make me guess, give me hope, spell it all for me. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me? I'm just asking to give me a shot. Do you love me? Do you love me? 'Cause I see in your eyes there's no reason to fight. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me? 'Cause I see in your eyes there's no reason to fight. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me? I'm just asking to give me a shot. Do you love me? Do you love me? 'Cause I see in your eyes there's no reason to fight. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me? I'm just asking to give me a shot. Do you love me? Do you love me? 'Cause I see in your eyes there's no reason to fight. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Do you love me? Do you love me?
This broadcast is a production of Oneida Indians Live and the Oneida Special School District. No part of the audio or video from this broadcast may be redistributed or retransmitted without express written consent from the Oneida Special School District.
following is a presentation of the Oneida Indians Network in collaboration with the IH Sports Network and South Fork Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is District 2A tournament semifinal action here today. We are at Eagleton College and Career Academy over in Maryville, Tennessee. Bo Kidd and Lucas Laxton on the call this evening as the Oneida Indians look to extend their season here tonight against the homestanding Royals of Eagleton Academy. Indians entering tonight's contest with a record of 7-7-1 on the year, while Eagleton comes into tonight with a 7-6 record. Right now, of course, Eagleton got the bye in the first round because of their second place finish in district standings. Oneida had to win their way here, which they did last night against Oliver Springs, who they defeated 9-0. Oneida currently, Lucas, 3-game win streak, all of those shutout victories. They have outscored their opponents, which is Rockwood once and Oliver Springs twice, by a total of 22-0.
Absolutely, and you think that they're going to want to try to ride that win streak in here. You know, you want to come in confident. You want to come in and try to win this game, advance to the next round, and face Kingston.
Yeah, Kingston probably the proverbial favorite in that game over there tonight in the other semifinal, as they are actually taking on Harriman. Harriman upset Rockwood last night 3-2 in that game. So it was Kingston and Harriman tonight in that ball game. I believe that's going to be a much later start than this one, a much earlier start here this evening than was before, as it is a 4:30 kickoff here this afternoon compared to the 6:30 that we had last night. So once again, teams just met at midfield for their pregame meeting. We'll have them coming out onto the field here momentarily. Oneida is going to be in their road whites with orange trim, orange numerals this evening, and Eagleton will be in their home blues with black numerals trimmed in white and black shorts in their kits. Once again, this is a very, very talented Eagleton team who comes into this game actually riding a 4-game losing streak. You wouldn't expect to say that about a number 2 team in the district, but a 4-game losing streak, only one of those was in district, and that was a 6-1 loss here actually against Kingston. They also had a loss at Lenoir City 5-0, a loss against William Blount 5-4 here, and then a road loss just down the road at Alcoa by a final score of 8-1. And that's where we will head after this game. We will not have the broadcast of that game, but the Oneida Lady Indians softball team looking to extend their season as well as they fight through the losers bracket in the District 2 AA tournament, as they are going to take on Gatlinburg Pittman at 7 p.m. this evening. 3 officials in tonight's game. That, of course, is a thing when it gets to, deeper into district tournament play and then postseason play. You will have 3 officials. You'll have the AR on each side, and then you will have a head ref in the middle. And actually, it does not look like they're going to have starting lineups or anything of that nature here. We're just going to get things underway here this evening. We'll try to get you the starters as much as we can here for Eagleton. We do see Gio Hippolyte Jean out there, Harrison Graves up at the top. You also have number 97 Braylon Stevens back in the back. Eagleton, the one thing about the Eagleton uniforms, they do not have, or they have very small numbers on the top left or top right corner of their uniforms, so you'll have to bear with us as much as possible. Josue Alvarez also a starter for the Royals. Indians look like they're going to start Laxton and Shoemaker up at the top. In the middle, you're going to have Cron,
Hayden Dunlap,
Levi James, and Alex Jones, and then in the back you've got your normal 4 in Ben Gilbert, Ashton Moreland, Israel Turner, and Alex Torres. Ball in play is quickly Eagleton trying to make a push, and Torres is going to try to clear it away, and it'll be a deflected throw in for the Indians. Torres near side, looking for Cron. Finds Shoemaker. This ball's going to play through. Laxton trying to pressure here on Isaiah Jean, and it's going to be a throw in for Laxton. And in the Indians, they try to play it deep. Going to be headed on and out of bounds by number 17, Devin Elliott. And now Oneida pushing early here in this one as they have the ball deep into the territory of Eagleton. And I apologize, we did not get the clock started. We are about a minute behind. It's right at 39 minutes now. The throw in for the Indians. Goes to Cron. Cron looks in, finds Shoemaker. Shoemaker plays the ball in. This one's going to get into the awaiting arms of Braylon Stevens. Steven holds on, and now we'll boot it away. High hop off the turf. As now it's going to be a little chip shot over to Harrison Graves. Graves looking into the middle, and that's going to be a foul called against Eagleton. It'll be a free kick for the Indians. Torres will take it. Of course, this game being played on Eagleton's football field as well, so you know about exactly how far you are away from the goal in this contest.
Great facility.
It is. It's a very nice facility over here at Eagleton. And of course, athletic director Scott West always takes care of us when we come over. This is a clear shot over, and here is Shoemaker. He's one-on-one. Shot is going to go wide for Shoemaker. 1v1 on Stevens, and had the opportunity to put Oneida up early in this one, but this one's going to squander just wide. A special thank you to our game sponsor tonight, First National Bank, as they are always great sponsors of Oneida Athletics, taking care of us any chance that they can. James somehow gets through 3 defenders, deflects one out, and now here comes the Indians now down the near sideline. They're going to fight it off, and it's going to be a throw-in for Oneida. Shoemaker going to try to make a run down the side. This one's going to be deflected, and another throw-in for the Indians. Cron is going to come up and take this one. Lays it into Shoemaker. Shoemaker makes a nice turn. Keeps it in. Crosses through. Cleared out. Now James runs it down. Finds Jones. He'll have his deflected. And now here's the Indians back with it. They have it taken away. Jones looking wide. Finds Dunlap. Dunlap with a nice touch. Making a run into the box. Stays with it. Can he stay with it completely now? Eagleton bunched up a little bit in the middle, but now going to be taken away, cleared away. Jones lays a little chipper up into the box. No one there, and now Eagleton tries to make a run out of it. Here's Gilbert. He deflects it away. Israel Turner is going to find Dunlap far side. Now a play into the middle. Here's Laxton. Makes a run. Shot by Laxton just over the crossbar.
What a great ball in by Hayden Dunlap, and an even better shot from Miles Laxton. I don't know how he got through the defender there.
The effort right now by the Indians looking very similar to last evening's ball game as well against the Bobcats of Oliver Springs, as that ball traveled all the way back to the fence line, and don't see any other game balls sitting around the fence. Don't really see many ball boys or anything like that either, so this may be a little bit more of an elongated game.
And I really think that that's neither in the favor of either team, because it slows down the game.
It does.
So
both these teams like to play at a faster pace. Ball played up, middle of the field, headed on. Gilbert runs through. That's going to be a foul on Ben Gilbert, and it'll be a free kick for Eagleton about 65 yards away from their goal. Free kick going to be taken by Devin Elliott. He'll play one up into the middle. It's headed on by Gilbert. Comes down to Shoemaker. Shoemaker playing a ball up through the middle. The question is Laxton going to run it down? He does. Hard first touch, now a second touch that is just unable to get there to it. Laxton won the foot race, but could not beat the goalkeeper on that one. Indians still attacking midfield. Eagleton trying to take it away, and now here's Shoemaker. Shoemaker plays it to the outside. It's Cron. Cron, a nice ball into the middle of the field. Going to take a high hop as Laxton trying to get that magnetic head onto the ball. But that time Stevens was able to come back and get it.
Laxton looked like a charging bull there,
He
just
really
head
did.
first.
Here's Turner, plays the ball into the middle. It's deflected out by Eagleton. They make the turn, but now here's Shoemaker going to play back. Now plays up to Levi James, but he has it taken away by number 24, Gio Hippolyte Jean. Ball played up the outside, far side, and it stays in play. Eagleton with it. That's Jedniel Balderrama. Has it deflected away. Throw in for the Indians. It'll be Hayden Dunlap to take. Dunlap looks in, throws it into Levi James. James plays it back to Dunlap. Nice play. Cross in is headed away, and now headed upfield. Gio Jean gets his feet on it, and now they're going to switch fields. Here's Eagleton trying to make the push near side. Moreland steps up, deflects it away as Torres is going to try to clear it out. It's deflected actually off of Gilbert. Now they're going to play in the middle of the field. Shoemaker goes through one, goes through two, finds a space. Shoemaker now up the right side, tries to clear it off. It's going to be deflected, brought down. Cron stays with it. This ball's going to get away. Here's Dunlap, tries to play something into the middle. Now it's a shot, and it's a goal for Hayden Dunlap. 1-0, the Indians lead it here in this one.
And that right there is just an example of why pressure works. The Indians have just been keeping that offensive tempo on to the Eagleton defense. They've been testing out keeper Braylon Stevens all game long since this whistle's blown.
How about the all of a sudden surge of Hayden Dunlap in the latter part of this season? He has been phenomenal for the Indians this year, and now all of a sudden Oneida leads this one 1-0 just 7 minutes into this ball game. And here's Levi James. Plays a nice ball through. Laxton trying to get to it. He does get to it. Makes the turn. Stays on his feet somehow. Controls it. It's going to be cleared out by Eagleton. It'll be a throw-in for the Indians.
I have no idea how Miles made a touch on that ball.
He went down, turned around, did the little do-si-do, hollered Cotton Eye Joe, and still got it up the field somehow.
Gilbert looking for a deep throw here.
Gilbert going to use those big arms. Gets it into the box. A nice ball into the box. Jones trying to take it away. Now Gio Hippolyte Jean with it midfield. He's going to try to bring it near side. That is a very large young man playing center mid for Eagleton.
And a familiar matchup there. We just saw the Ben Gilbert on Gio.
Yeah, they've seen each other. Basketball, football, and soccer. You've seen them all year long.
Of course, Ben and Gio are good friends, so a lot of love there.
Ball thrown in. It's going to go off the head of Moreland. Moreland mistouches this one, but Torres will clear it out. Headed on by Hippolyte Jean, and it's going to go out of bounds. Off of an early goal from Hayden Dunlap.
Dunlap has just picked up a new gear in the last couple games.
And I bet Mom down there in the corner of the end zone taking some pictures, loved seeing that. Sarah Dunlap down there taking photos for the IH Sports Network. We thank them as well for helping us simulcast this evening between us and their programming as well. As Cron takes it away from Gio Jean. Cleared out by Eagleton, and Oneida once again just pressuring up the field and working their way up into the attacking third.
Just absolutely stretching these defenses with the through balls.
Cron throws it into James. James has it, goes to Cron, back to James. James plays the ball through the middle, and that is a brilliant pass into the middle. Miles Laxton may have been offsides. Either way, they let it get back to Stevens, and he'll clear it away. Ball takes a hard hop. Torres heads it on. He's going to out-jump the Royal on the far sideline. Now it's going to be cleared up. Jones doesn't get a great touch on this one, as it's going to be taken away by Eagleton, and they're going to try to make a run up the outside. That was number 7, Wesley Mole, trying to find Harrison Graves up the far side. Graves does run it down. This ball's going to get all the way through, back to Mole, and he'll try to fire off a shot. Could not get a great boot on that one. Couldn't get his body all the way around on it, and it's going to go over the end line for a goal kick for the Indians.
We've talked about it a little bit. It's just so hard to get a good boot on a ball when you're going full speed like that.
And you have to go full speed on this turf to be able to try to run it down. Exactly what Dunlap did right there. Headed on as he gets it all the way up to Laxton, who heads it up, and now Eagleton's going to make the turn. James chests it, brings it to his feet, now takes his time, gets control. Far sideline, now looking in, and they're going to try to switch fields with it. Turner gets his foot on it, and now Eagleton trying to move the ball around at midfield as they do get around Turner, but this one's going to be cleared out by Torres. Throw in for the Royals. Coach Jimmy Barna over there on the sidelines on his hands and knees getting down to get that ball for Eagleton. Here's Eagleton now, far side. They'll play across into the middle. Ball's going to be trickled around, and that's a goal for Wesley Mole.
An early equalizer just a little bit after Oneida's first goal, but that's exactly what we expected from this contest, Bo. I mean, we talked about it on the way over here. This is going to shape out to be a great game.
That was a defensive lapse by the Indians right there, though, and I know that a lot of them will go back and see this and say, man, we should have got that ball cleared out a little bit better when we did. And all of a sudden, Mole ties this game up at 1 apiece here with 28:46 to go in the first half. This could be a very low-scoring game now that both goals are on the board, or this could be one of those games that turns out looking like a football score.
Absolutely.
1-1, ball cleared away. Takes a high hop. Torres heads it on. Gets it up to James. James goes back outside and finds Dunlap. Dunlap now going to try to play a ball up and through. And it's actually going to go all the way back to Wesley Mole again, headed on by Israel Turner. And running it down on the far sidelines is Harrison Graves, but now the Indians take it back. Dunlap somehow keeps that ball in. Nice play up as Laxton going to try to run it down on the far sideline. Gets the ball up. He plays it into the middle. Bad touch, but there to secure it is Braylon Stevens. Eagleton trying to clear that out in the air, but that one actually started going backwards. Stevens was able to corral it. Brought down by Moreland. Touched off by Jones. Going to roll down to the feet of James. James has this one taken away by Alex Ortega on a great tackle by Ortega. Here's Jones once again. He finds Laxton, and Laxton's going to be called offsides, and that's a good call.
Laxton just a step too early on that one.
He's hovering right around that offsides line, but that's a good spot for him because if he is able to break at the right time, as an Indians fan, if he's able to break at the right time and can get through on that ball, he has a nice one-on-one opportunity. Free kick taken by number 18, Emilio Aguilar. This one's headed on back to Torres, and Chambers now corrals it. So he lets that one squeeze through or slide through his hands.
That's a little scary if you're a keeper.
Ball cleared away by Chambers. Comes down to the feet of Shoemaker, now back to Cron. Cron plays middle, finds Jones. Jones plays up, finds James. James makes one move. Shoemaker, well off sides, had to come back because he finally realized he was about 4 yards off. Throw in for the Indians. And it'll be James actually coming over to take the throw. He's going to go deep trying to find Shoemaker. Headed on. Now it's going to go out of bounds. Another throw in for the Indians. This time it looks like it'll be Cron to take. 26 minutes to play, and we are knotted up at 1-1. Throw in to James. Brings it down, drops back out to Cron. Cron playing a cross ball into the center. Cleared away by Eagleton.
But he's going to get Miles on the high kick there.
Foul called against Laxton. It'll be a free kick for Eagleton.
So I agree with that one. You got to protect the players. So
Absolutely.
no one wants a cleat to the face.
No. That would be very uncomfortable.
I've had a few of those. They're not fun.
Aguilar clears it up, and here's Gio Hippolyte Jean making a run. Torres is right there. Jean turns. Nice slide tackle there by Israel Turner to keep the ball away from the goal of the Indians. And it will be a throw-in for Eagleton deep in their attacking third. "25 minutes to play here, first half. Nice deep throw-in into the box. Chambers comes out. This ball still trickling around, and it's a goal for a goal for Eagleton. And that looked like it was off the boot of number 11, Harrison Graves, as they take the 2-1 lead. Right now, it's just some defensive miscues by Oneida that have them trailing by 1.
I think Chambers kind of thought he had a better position on it than he did. He came off his line and left that at back post wide open.
Under 25 to play. Ball's going to get through. Now here's Shoemaker on the run. Gets one touch off, fires off a shot, and it's going to be... They're going to say it was not touched by Eagleton, and it will be a goal kick for the Royals. Shoemaker had a great run there on a 1v1 opportunity. Defender for Eagleton, number 17, Devin Elliott, was able to make his way back and make a little bit of a presence known, and I think that sort of rushed Shoemaker's shot just a bit. Ball cleared away on the goal kick, headed on by Dunlap. Brought down to the feet now. James has it near side or far sideline, bringing it back near sideline. It's Jones finding James. This one now going to be cleared away. Turner looks up, finds Dunlap, far sideline. Makes a move in, makes another move in, makes two miss. Finds Laxton on a nice ball. Shot saved by Stevens. And what a save by Braylon Stevens. 1v1 with Miles Laxton. Laxton looked like he was going to try to beat him far post. And Stevens makes an excellent save to keep them ahead by 1. James now with it. He's going to play a deep ball through. Shoemaker going to be flagged for the offsides. Nice transition game by Oneida right now, but they just seem to be a hair too early on their sprint outs.
Of course, Shoemaker, a freshman, he'll get better with that as his career goes on, but seems to be struggling with it a little bit in this one. Also, a benefit of having the 3 referees is that you get more accurate offsides.
Absolutely, you do. Cron battling with number 9, Josue Alvarez, is now here's Shoemaker. He's on sides this time, making the run up the outside. He's going to fire off a shot from well outside the box, and this one's going to sail high and wide to the right. It'll be another goal kick for Eagleton. 22 and a half minutes to go here in the opening half, and Eagleton holds a 2-1 lead over the Indians. Once again, remember, winner of this ball game moves on to the district championship on Thursday. The loser sees their season end here this evening. Here's Torres. He's going to turn back and try to play that ball up. Comes to the feet of Josue Alvarez. Now he finds Gio Hippolyte Jean. Gio, man, his footwork is amazing. For a man his size, his footwork is phenomenal. Foul called against Levi James, and it's going to be a free kick for Eagleton about 55 yards out. Taking it will be number 17, Devin Elliott. Ball played through. Going to get all the way back to Chambers, and he'll secure. Okay, Chambers boots it away. This is a little bit of a low line drive. Going to get near midfield, and up to the feet of Omar Beristain as now he takes it up the far sideline. Israel Turner charging in. Ball crossed in, headed out by Gilbert. Here's Turner. Tries to make a big boot on it, but comes up empty-handed. Right at midfield, the attempt by Alvarez was thwarted by Jones. Ball played into the box, and Chambers will come up and secure. 21 minutes to go. Indians trailing 2-1 here to the Royals of Eagleton. We thank everyone for joining us here on the Oneida Indians Network as well as the IH Sports Network. We thank everyone involved here this evening. Clayton Posey, of course, back at home base for us on the Oneida Indians Network. And Greg Bond, of course, at the IH Sports Network. Thank you all as well. And then, of course, thank you to our sponsor this evening, First National Bank, for being able to get us on the air here tonight in Maryville. Throw in coming for Eagleton. It's number 7 Wesley Mole going to take. They want that big body of Gio Hippolyte Jean in the box. Here's the throw by Mole. It's headed on. And Dunlap's going to come back and clear it away. Nice clearance. Laxton gets ahead on it now. Can he run it back? That ball gets turned around. Laxton's going to get his feet on the ball. Drops it back now to Levi James. Now they're going to play a ball into some space deep, but that's going to be a tough rundown for Laxton. He's not going to be able to make it to that one, and it's going to go across the touchline for a goal kick. First sub of the game getting ready to come in for the Indians, and it looks like it'll be Hayden Dunlap coming out. Veet Tran back this evening for the Indians, as Dunlap will get a breather. Goal kick for the Royals. Ball in play and going to come down to the feet of Turner. Turner keeps it in. Nice deep ball up the field as Laxton tried to get to it, but it's going to come down, and here's Eagleton with it near sideline. They're going to come back out. That's number 9, Alvarez, who has it taken away. Here's Shoemaker. He was looking for Laxton. Now Jones. Jones, a little tough touch. Moreland looks up, finds Jones, now plays the ball through into the middle. Eagleton now going to clear it up, and they're going to find Gio Jean. He's going to play a deep ball down the sideline. Nice ball played. And now Moreland is able to keep it in. Cron plays it down, looking for Shoemaker. And Jones. Now he's going to play a chip shot, and let's see if somebody can make the run. Eagleton is there. They stop it. Here coming near sideline. Tough touch by number 18, Emilio Aguilar. Now he'll play it, and it'll be a throw in for the Indians. Cron picks it up and throws it in quickly. Finds James. James playing a ball up on the chip. Headed out, and now the Indians will have their first corner kick opportunity of the night. Just so happens they just subbed out Dunlap on the left foot right here, so the question is who's going to come over and take? It's going to be Veet Tran, who has been very surprising this year with his with the deep ball that he has played on some of these corners. Tran lines it up. Plays a low bullet in. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be another corner for the Indians and Tran. Tran runs through the long jump pit to get to that ball. Now they're going to switch it up. Alex Jones is going to come over to take the corner. Jones plays it up. Nice deep ball. Back post. It's going to be headed out by Gio Hippolyte Jean. All the way up to Harrison Graves. Graves makes a move. But there's Israel Turner trying to defend off, and he does a nice job. But now here's a deep ball throw in. Headed out by Torres. That's the beauty of having a deep ball throw in like that with Harrison Graves. We saw that the other night with Rockwood as well. Ball played through. Here's Laxton. He plays a nice ball up. Here's Shoemaker, 1v1. He's going to go right to the box. This shot is saved by Stevens once again. What a save, Braylon Stevens. Young man has got some extension on those saves right now. That ball right there was perfectly placed towards the bottom left 90, but the extension of Stevens keeps that ball out of the goal, and Oneida will now have a corner kick opportunity once again. It's Alex Jones will take him. Jones lines it up. This one a low ball coming in. James plays it back out. Now Jones going to try to play a ball in, but this one's going to sail over the touchline. It'll be a goal kick for Eagleton.
Nice catch by Sarah Dunlap.
16 minutes to play in the first half. Eagleton with a 2-1 lead here over the Indians on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Royals will take the goal kick. And it's booted away. They look for Gio Jean. This one headed off by James, and now back to Eagleton. Mistouched by Cron, and now here's Eagleton pushing. Isaiah Jean looking up. He finds Wesley Mole. Mole plays the ball through the middle, deflected out by Israel Turner, but it's not going to get out of bounds. Gio Hippolyte Jean's going to run it down. Gio plays it back. Comes to the feet of Alvarez. Alvarez fires off a shot. This one's going to sail high and wide to the right. And a goal kick now for the Indians.
If he can get that down, that's a scary ball.
It's a scary ball from about 27, 28 yards out. Torres will take. As there's been a substitution for Eagleton, we did not see who come in. It may have been Justin Mayhew. Headed on. That ball's going to get all the way back. Now here's Torres. He'll boot it away. The bullet up the field, and all of a sudden here's Laxton on the run. Laxton going to try to beat Eagleton one-on-one there as Emilio Aguilar runs him down. Now Tran plays the ball into the middle. Looking for Shoemaker. Shoemaker finds it. And right there is Stevens once again. Braylon Stevens being put to work here in this one, but the young man has turned the Indians away multiple times already here in the first half. Ball headed on by Jones. Finds Levi James. He makes the move to the left, looking for Laxton. Ball's going to be cleared away. And it's going to get out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Indians.
Eagleton's defense, they find where that ball's going, they just collapse.
They do. They collapse very well. Here's Torres. Makes a nice throw in down the sideline. It's going to be headed on. And now Gilbert will clear it up. It's going to go just out of bounds around the 25-yard line. It'll be a throw in for Eagleton. They throw it in quickly, drop it back, and now clear it away. Here is Israel Turner, finds Pete Tran. Tran makes a couple of moves, gets around one, gets around a second, deflects it in. Here's James. Plays a nice through ball through once again. Two Indians converge, and they don't speak enough right there to be able to make a play, and Stevens is able to come up and save it once again for Eagleton. Headed on by Gilbert. Can Moreland get to it? He cannot. It's going to be a throw-in for the Royals. Gio Hippolyte Jean to take it.
And just that miscommunication, like you talked about, it just allowed Stevens to come out and secure that one because nobody said it's mine.
Nope. This time it was an offensive miscue that cost the Indians a goal. Ball thrown in. Chambers better come out and secure. Chambers got to get down on that ball. Ball is played into the middle. Israel Turner somehow gets his body between the net and the ball and gets it, saves it out. Here's Tran now with it as Gilbert clears away. Ball's played up to Shoemaker. Shoemaker makes the turn, gets around one, plays the ball down the sideline. Laxton going to try to run it down, but he's in a foot race with Emilio Aguilar.
And that's a hard one to win.
It is. Tran gets the ball, plays it into the middle. Actually, he's going to cross it all the way over to Cron. He finds James, middle of the field. Levi James makes a move. Now fires one off. This one's going to sail high. Goal kick for Eagleton.
And my goodness, that one may have been up in the air, but Brendan Stevens almost got to it.
Right now, Braylon Stevens has to be your MVP of this ball game.
Absolutely.
And right now, if the score stands where it is at 2-1 Eagleton, I guarantee you that's who gets an MVP for this game tonight. Because that young man has been a star for the Royals. Ball comes down. Foul going to be called. They're going to call this one against James and the Indians. I'll say the arms got out just a little too far. It'll be a free kick for the Royals. Indians trying to keep that sides line well away from Cade Chambers. Ball's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Oneida. Torres will come over and take it just in front of their bench. Bullet throw in is going to be a foul called against Eagleton. And the Indians will have a free kick right at midfield. Torres will come up to take. Oneida has done very well on the free kicks like this year. See if somebody can get ahead on this one. Torres plays it up. Ball hops in. Tran makes a run, trying to keep it in. Cannot do it. It's going to be a goal kick for Eagleton. We are right at the 10-minute mark as Oneida will sub in Dunlap and Tran will come back out of the game. Dunlap gets his rest. Also looks like there was a substitution for Eagleton as well. Could not get the number of that young man that just came in. Free kick played out. Dunlap gets his foot on it. Goes to Jones, back to Dunlap. Now they cross fields. Here is Cron trying to get down to his feet. It's going to go off of Eagleton, off of Isaiah Jean, and it'll be a throw in for the Indians. Cron's going to step up to take it. Throws it in, finds Shoemaker, looks for Levi James, and Levi has this ball sail quickly past his head, and it's going to go over the touchline. Goal kick for the Royals.
It's a hard ball to chase down regularly, but he has to flip around 180 degrees to get to that one.
And doesn't have it about 10 or 12 feet to run it down at that point. 9 minutes to go. First half. Eagleton boots it away. Sails over the head of everyone as Turner ends up having to just touch this one out, and it'll be a throw in for Eagleton. They look for Gio Hippolyte Jean down the outside. Nice turn by Turner, but unfortunately a tough touch there as he was looking for Dunlap's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be another throw in for Eagleton.
That's a tough matchup down there for Israel.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Ball going to be played deep into the box, headed on by Gilbert. Trying to run that down on the outside, keeping it in is Cron. He'll play it up. Looking for a running Shoemaker. Shoemaker finds it. Now ball played in as he was looking for James, but and it will be a ball now down the near side, taken and touched out by Moreland. And it is a throw-in for Eagleton now as they are in their attacking third. They're looking to get that ball deep into the box now with the throw from Wesley Mole. Number 21, Eric Solis, is going to come out of the ball game for Eagleton. Here's Mole looking for the deep header. Headed on. Played out by Shoemaker. Actually goes right in front of the box. Gets into Gio Hippolyte Jean. Somehow it goes through one. Goes through two. Makes the turn. Somehow gets through. Ball played in. And it's going to sail high off the boot of Harrison Graves. It'll be a goal kick for Oneida.
And that would have been Graves' hat trick.
It would have. No, they're going to say it's a corner. Never mind. I apologize. They're going to say it was deflected off of Oneida. So now it'll be a corner kick for Eagleton, and Mole will take this as well. Wesley Mole lines it up. Plays it in. Headed on. Pinballing around in the box, and it's cleared. Here is Cron trying to get a touch on it, and he cannot do it. Ball played into the center, now cleared out by Torres. Throw in for Eagleton near midfield. Eagleton, 6.5 minutes to go here as looks like we've got a friend on our screen. Throw in for Eagleton. It's going to be number 5, Isaiah Jean, to take. He gets it in now to Josue Alvarez. Ball played up. Cron takes it away. Looks to the outside. Dunlap. Dunlap has his touch taken away by Balderrama. Turner looking in. Finds Laxton. Ball going to get through. And Shoemaker probably should have made a charge onto that one, but here comes Wesley Mole once again. Nice turn away by Moreland. Ball crossed in. Chambers is there. He will secure. Nice boot by Chambers. Comes down. Now here's Dunlap. Comes a little hard off of his knee right there, and now here comes the Royals once again. Balderrama playing it out to the outside to Beristain. Beristain plays this one in. Coming to the feet of Mole. Mole has it taken away by Gilbert, and now a foul going to be called. A little bit of a push there by Gilbert. Gives Eagleton a free kick from about 29 yards out.
Dangerous position.
And Wesley Mole with a nice boot can definitely do some damage here. He's going to sail one high, though.
It's good.
And it'll be a goal kick for the Indians. We're under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Torres lines it up, looks for the deep boot, looking for Cron. Brought down off the chest of Cron. Going back to Dunlap. Dunlap brings it down, but now taken away by Eagleton. Gilbert steps up, finds Turner. Now Dunlap fighting for it down the outside. It's taken away by Cron. Now here's Laxton. Laxton playing up, looking for a run by Shoemaker. Can Shoemaker run it down? Not before Isaiah Jean gets his foot on it and just touches it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Indians.
Still an incredible run because that was a lot of ground to cover.
That was a lot of ground to run down. Here's James. Looks in. He finds Laxton. Brings it to his feet. Deflected out. And now here comes Wesley Mole for Eagleton yet again. Plays the ball through, and now all of a sudden it's a 1v1, and here is Gio Hippolyte Jean running down. Shot off, and it sails just wide. The speed of Gio Hippolyte Jean right there to outrun Torres. Actually, they're going to say it was deflected by Torres.
Torres made a last-second tackle there at the second to kind of deflect that ball off course. Otherwise, I think that one may have been in the back of the net.
So nice hustle by Torres, but it gives Eagleton another corner Wesley Mole will take. He plays it deep ball high to the back post. It's going to go off the head of – no, they're going to say that ball never got in play. They're going to say that is going to be a goal kick for Oneida. Here's Torres. He's going to play it out quickly. He looks up and sees no one out there with Cron. Cron keeps it in, far sideline, plays the ball into the middle now. Laxton gets a touch on it, plays it into some space. Levi James going to try to run it down on Isaiah Jean. He comes up, gets to it. Here's Levi once again, just outside the box. Now comes into the box. Crosses it in. Headed her just over the head of Laxton. Now Cron going to try to turn it back in. And now here comes Eagleton near sideline. Wesley Mole with it. 2 minutes to go. He's going to play a deep ball. Jean's going to try to, or Gio Hippolyte Jean going to try to run this one down, and Chambers will come all the way to the edge of the box and pick this one up for the Indians. Now time called. Have they stopped the clock is the question. They have.
We got an injured Royal.
And that is Isaiah Jean.
believe he came down hard on his ankle after that contact with Levi James.
I believe so. I think you're correct.
We'll hope he's all right.
While they're checking him out, let's take a 30-second break, come back here on the Oneida Indians Network.
Respect, compassion, integrity, commitment, community. Those are a few of the principles that guide Mountain People's Health Councils in everything we do. We respect our patients and their need for quality health care. We have compassion on those that are sick and hurting and need help. We are committed to do everything we can to help those in need. And we're focused on providing our friends, family, and neighbors with the very best health care available.
Back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, Eagleton with a 2-1 lead here in Maryville this evening in the District 2A semifinals. Isaiah Jean is going to come off under his own power, as he will come off the field, though he'll be replaced by number 15, Justin Mayhew, as Eagleton, this ball is going to be played, should be just dropped in the box for Chambers to pick up.
I believe that's what we're going to see. Yes.
Ball booted away. Going to come down right at midfield, cleared back up, and now here comes number 9, Josue Alvarez, but he's going to have it deflected. Levi James making a run, but somehow that ball got underneath his feet. Mayhew was able to control it. Here is Mole looking into the middle. Gilbert will clear it away. Ball bouncing around. Here's James. Plays it to the middle of the field. Gets through one. Back to Laxton. Laxton plays back out to Shoemaker. Ball played into the middle of the field now. Can the Indians run it down? Cron cannot get to it before Braylon Stevens comes out and snags it up for the Royals. Boots it away. Ball comes down right at midfield. Is going to take a hard hop, go off the head of Turner, off the head of, it looks to be Barristain on the far side, and now going to be cleared out by Eagleton. Here's Jones with it. He's trying to play a ball into the center, looking for Levi James. This one deflected away and comes to the near sideline. Wesley Mole with it. He looks up to try to clear one up, and now has it come down. And now Eagleton has some space on the far sideline. Nice play in, but Torres was there to deflect. Under 35 seconds to play here in the first half. Eagleton looking for one last-ditch effort to try to find another one in the back of the net. Gilbert trying to clear it out to prevent it. Mole looking outside now to Gio Hippolyte-Jean. Can he run this down? He cannot. And we're under 15 seconds, and I would venture to say that's going to be the end of the first half, as both teams taking their time to get to this one, and they're just going to watch the clock roll out, I believe. That's exactly what both teams are going to do. This is halftime here in Maryville. The Indians trailing by a score of 2-1 against the homestanding Royals of Eagleton. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back, and talk about the first half a little bit and preview the second half here momentarily on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Buying a home can be an exciting but stressful process. However, usually it's over pretty quickly. Building a home, on the other hand, that's a much longer process. And with that long time period comes different pitfalls and dangers. Let our experts at United Cumberland Bank help you navigate this world. Something that you're probably not used to doing, but something that we do on a daily basis.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to those who have supported South Fork Physical Therapy for the past 20 years. Because of you, we have been able to live and work in the community we love. We appreciate you, Scott County.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, Bo Kidd and Lucas Laxton here with you. The Indians trailing the home standing Eagleton Royals by a score of 2-1. It was Oneida jumping out early on, though, Lucas, off of a brilliant goal from Hayden Dunlap about 7 minutes into this ballgame.
Absolutely. Great goal. But the deciding factor in this one has been Eagleton's keeper, Braylon Stevens.
Young man has been an absolute magnet there in the back. He has made some fantastic saves. Honestly, and athletic director and broadcaster here for Eagleton, Scott West, just came over here and was talking with us, and he said this game should probably be somewhere closer to a 3-0 game for Oneida. We had a lot of chances in the first half for Oneida that were turned away by Braylon Stevens. A couple of wide open shots that Oneida was unable to find the back of the net. They were able to beat Stevens, but they went just a little bit wide. And then it's actually been a couple of defensive lapses by Oneida that has allowed number 11 Harrison Graves to find the back of the net twice to give them the 2-1 advantage going into the second half.
Very nearly a third time, too.
This is a team that you cannot, and as an Oneida fan, we've seen them earlier this year. This is a team that you cannot give a lot of extra chances to because they tend to always take advantage of those extra chances when they are given. For Oneida, you've got to come out, in my opinion, and I'll ask you the same question, but in my opinion, if you're Oneida, you've got to come back out with that same mentality that you did in the first 10 minutes of this ball game, where it was attack, 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 and you've got to be able to try to find something to get that equalizer into the back of the net. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think that you've got to come out with that same aggressiveness, and I think that that's exactly what Coach David Blevins is going to try to instill in his guys. Hey, guys, we've got to come out and attack. I mean, this keeper's good, but he's not impenetrable. You've got to just keep pressuring him, and eventually he's going to slip up.
We'll say this also about Eagleton. The defensive back of Eagleton has been very, very good on that back line as they have collapsed every single time. Now, Oneida, once again, they've had a few of those one-on-one chances. They've got to be able to finish those, but when they get past that back line, they've got to find that little extra gear to be able to pull away because the defense right now of Emilio Aguilar
absolutely
has been phenomenal for the Royals.
Absolutely. He's step for step with Miles Laxton, and that's not an easy thing to do.
No, absolutely not. We're going to take about a 4-minute break here and give some sponsors some love here. Once again, special thanks to all of our sponsors, but a very special thanks to First National Bank this evening for sponsoring tonight's contest and allowing us to get this one on the air for you. The Indians trail by 1 as we head to the second half, 2-1. We'll come back in about 4 minutes for second half action right here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs.
To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster.
With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled.
And music that would have made your heart race.
But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep. Vigilance Security and Technology offers cutting-edge security solutions tailored for industrial, commercial, and residential spaces. With our 4K resolution cameras, expert installation, and comprehensive networking services, you'll experience unparalleled clarity and peace of mind. Secure your future with the team that goes the extra mile. Call Vigilance today. 423-286-3533.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools? We got it. Paint and cleaning supplies? We got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care? We got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th Lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior. Both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash Oneida.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Home-style cooking with friendly service in a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. Razak's. Country cooking and great steaks.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Back here at Eagleton College and Career Academy in Maryville, Tennessee, the Royals of Eagleton leading Oneida by a score of 2-1 as we get ready to enter the second half of play, as the officials actually over on the sidelines speaking with the two coaches right now. I'm not sure exactly what that one's about. And either way, we're getting prepped for second half action. Teams are on the field, as Oneida will be going right to left on your screens here in this half of play. And again, this is you're down to crunch time. Once again, you're 40 minutes away from one of these teams seeing their season end. And if you're a fan of the orange and white, they're going to have to come up with a couple of goals to keep that from happening. Oneida will have possession to start off the first half of play. And it looks like the original starting lineup for both teams, actually, starting off this second half. Miles Laxton will have the first touch. Both goalkeepers are ready. And we are underway. It goes back to James. James plays it out now to Cron, near side. Plays it back now to Alex Jones. Jones looking up for Dunlap. Dunlap trying to play it to the outside. And this is going to be up. Apparently someone did not start the clock up downstairs. We're in a very nice press box here in Eagleton. Once again, on their football fields facility, as it doubles as their soccer facility as well. 2 tiers, 2-story, excuse me, a 2-story press box here. Downstairs is all of your operations, game day operations type stuff, and usually where they do away broadcasts. But we were welcomed upstairs into the coaches' boxes, where we got a great view of this ball game here this evening. Israel Turner brings it down, clears it away. It's going to come up down to Cron, headed on, and now here's Alex Jones. He's going to try to play a ball up into some space. Laxton heads it on, actually comes right back down to him. Now this ball going to be played over the head, and now here's Cron making a run. He's going to play a ball into the center. This one's deflected out. Can Cron run it down? Even if he doesn't run it down, that should be a corner. And it is. Alex Jones will come up to take as Oneida putting some pressure on. As the center official still begging for the clock to be wound. And they're going to call time. So I'll put ours. I thought I put ours on pause. I do now. Their clock says 39:39, but they're going to run it down. Actually, now they're going to go ahead and put it into play. Ball played deep, back post. Headed out by Eagleton. Here's Gilbert trying to play up. He takes a wild touch off of this one. Now Gio Hippolyte Jean is going to have the ball, and he's going to play it up, but it's going to be cleared out by Torres. Ball takes a hop. Now comes down. Here's Levi James running out of nowhere, coming through two. Plays the ball into the middle, deflected by Eagleton, and they're able to get a touch on it and put it out over the sideline for a deep throw-in for the Indians.
I want to point something out. Interesting, I looked down here at our goalie box, and Cade Chambers actually has his mask off.
I think he is a little uncomfortable with that. Of course, he's playing with a possible injury to his nose, and he had that mask on during the first half, but he's taking it off here during the second half.
I'd say that it probably limits your vision a little bit.
The Batman mask, as we like to call it.
He got a kick out of that one yesterday.
Ball cleared out on the goal kick. Moreland brings it down, heads it on, takes it over to James. James, not enough touch on that one, has it taken away, and now here's Eagleton with it midfield. Number 2, Beristain has it taken away by Gilbert. Cron comes out, gets it, goes over to Turner. Turner playing back up, looking for James. James looking for Cron. And right now the teams are a little bunched up. And now here's Laxton. Can he run it down? No, he cannot, as Braylon Stevens is able to come out and once again get his paws on it. Now we're back to even with the clock, as there's 37:55 to play. Here's Eagleton taking it up the outside on the far sideline. Ball played into the middle. Gio Hippolyte Jean.
A great header.
Goes up with that 6'5" frame and gets a head on it, but it's going to sail wide for a goal kick. Torres is going to try to make the turn quickly. Ball is played past Cron. Goes back to Jednil Balarama. And now over to Beristain. Beristain looking near side. James trying to take it away. He does make the turn, but there's Harrison Graves once again. Now back over to Beristain, to Gio Hippolyte Jean. Back to Beristain. Shot off, and Chambers touches it on, keeps it in front, and then will pick it up and secure. Boots it away quickly. Brought down here at midfield by Eagleton. Oneida trying to turn away Eagleton. Ball played in. There's Chambers once again.
Well, you bring up Gio's 6'5" size, and that's just not a common thing you see in soccer. You just don't see guys that big.
Especially for a midfielder. Now here's a rundown. Can Dunlap get to it? He does. He's running it down. That one is touched off. That should be a corner for the Indians, and it will be, and it's going to be Dunlap to take this one. Dunlap, the lefty, setting up the corner. Plays it in. It's a low bullet. This one gets all the way through. Cron gets a left foot on it, but it's going to go off the post and out of bounds for a goal kick. Somehow that ball got through there. I'm not sure exactly how. It was a low bullet through from Dunlap. Usually has a little more air underneath that one. Somehow got all the way through. Cron got his foot on it, but was unable to find the back of the net. Chested down by Cron. Finds James. James looks for Cron, and this one taken away once again. Beristain looks up, finds Graves, who now looks for a run by Gio Hippolyte Jean. And great defense there by Torres. Turning away Hippolyte Jean. Ball into the middle of the field now. This is Josue Alvarez. He finds Beristain. Ball deflected around. Indians still fighting for it, but coming away and out of there with it is number 18, Emilio Aguilar. And now here comes Eagleton once again. They're turned away by Torres. Here's Cron. Cron playing a ball deep into some space. Eagleton has it brought down to the feet of Stevens, who sits back on it a little bit, actually. Now here's James. Makes a run. Goes around one. Cannot get around a second, though. Ball played center of the field. Gilbert looks in. Gets a head on it. Now headed on by Jones. And up with it is Eagleton. Now played into some space. Nice header by Torres. If Torres does not get a head on that, Gio Hippolyte Jean has got a 1v1 opportunity. Throw in for Eagleton now, just in front of Oneida's bench, far sideline. Ball's deflected. It will be stayed in. Here's Eagleton, far sideline. This is number 15, Justin Mayhew. He looks to find some space. Torres is going to clear it out. It'll be a throw in. Actually, they're going to say deflected off of Eagleton. It'll be a throw in for Oneida. Torres just able to get that one deflected off of number 7, Wesley Mole. Throws in, looking for James. Ball cleared up quickly. Torres heads it back to Chambers, and he will secure. Chambers boots it away. Going to take a hop. Brought down to the feet of Cron, but this one gets away from him a little bit. Now they're going to try to play up. Eagleton trying to play near sideline, but this one's going to go off the foot and wide of Aguilar for a throw in for the Indians. Torres will take the throw. 33 minutes to go here in the contest. Indians trailing 2-1. Throw in deep down the sideline. They're looking for Laxton. Comes down to Jones. Jones toes it into the middle of the field. Now here's James making a run. They play it over the head, and now here's Shoemaker. Far side, has a little bit of grass or a little green to work with. Makes it into the box, makes a turn. Here's Shoemaker trying with the outside of his foot. I think if you cross that one in, you may have a little bit of a better look at that one. And now all of a sudden, Eagleton has numbers on the transition. They look outside, but there's Israel Turner. He's going to take it away. He plays it up. Cron, hard touch off the knee, comes back up to the middle of the field. Mole with it. Cron does take it away, drops it back to Turner once again. He's looking for Laxton. Ball is headed on, goes through, but turned away by Devin Elliott. Here's Moreland trying to battle for it on the far sideline. He does come away with it there. Finds Alex Jones. They're going to play it into some space, but no one there. Hayden Dunlap going to try to run back and get this one. Now Stevens will clear it away as two Indians were collapsing on him. Throw in for the Indians just in front of their bench. Coach David Blevins pacing the sideline over there, trying to instill some effort into his boys. Dunlap coming in, and he's going to come in. No, they're not going to call. Yes, they are going to call the foul. I didn't think they were going to call it. I did not see the flag go up, didn't see the hand go up, but the foul was called on Dunlap for the high kick. 31.5 to play. Ball comes to midfield. Now there's Joe Hippolyte-Jean. He plays one through, looking for Mole, but Moreland is there, turns him away. Shoemaker with the ball midfield, finds James, far sideline. James looking for some space. Laxton on the run. Can he get to it? No. Now they're going to pull it. Or now she throws up a late flag for offsides. James with a nice slide tackle. Now they're going to call a foul. And that is a yellow on Eagleton. And that's a yellow card on Wesley Mole. If he's yellowed, does he? I'm pretty sure he has to be subbed off, correct?
Absolutely. The rule is if you receive a yellow card, you have to be subbed off.
Clock is stopped.
So he will have to be replaced, but he may return after the ball has resumed in play. So.
And now the coach for Eagleton requesting a explanation as to why the card was given. He's going to be subbed out. Mole will be subbed out. He'll be replaced by Eric Solis. And Oneida will have a free kick. From about 55 yards out. Clock will start back up on the whistle. Clock starts. Torres plays the ball through. It's headed on. Gets into the box. Headed on by Laxton. There is Stevens once again. That young man is earning his keep tonight back in the box for the Royals.
Been the difference in this one so
He
far.
has. He has absolutely been the difference in this ball game. This one's booted on. Cron finds James. Chests it. Comes down looking for Laxton. Cron finds the ball into some space. Dunlap trying to run it down. He's in a foot race with Justin Mayhew. And it's going to be touched off by Dunlap, actually. It'll be a throw-in for Eagleton. Substitution into the game as Mole will come back in. He'll replace Solis once again. Now Mole, though, you have to remember, in the back of your mind, you've got that yellow card. You've got to be a little more, I guess you would say timid is the word. You have to play a little bit more, I hate the word softly, but you have to play a little, what is the word that I'm looking for right there in that?
Carefully.
Carefully is a word that you could say, yeah.
Cautionary, maybe?
Cautious. That's the word I was looking for. Cautious, yes. You've already gotten the caution card. Now you have to play cautious yourself. Free kick for the Indians. Here's Torres. He's going to play one on. This one's going to sail high and wide.
I think he may have been still getting used to the fact that he wasn't 45 yards out there.
Well, not even that, but I think he had eyes for the goal right there. Not sure if that's the right look right there. Either way, it's not a bad ball in for the Indians, as Torres has the ability to score from that distance, no questions asked. Ball booted away. Going to go over the head of everyone except for Torres. Plays it up. Here's James. Near sideline. Makes a turn. Plays middle. Finds Jones. Looking back for James. Goes deflected. And now this ball's in the air. Jones could not come down with it. It's going to come to the feet of Gio Hippolyte Jean. Ben Gilbert deflects it momentarily. Now ball played into some space. Here's Moreland trying to run it down, but it is Chambers who comes out and clears it away. Now Torres comes out. Gio Hippolyte Jean heads it on. It's going to go to Chambers. A dangerous play right there, but comes down with it. Wow. Cade Chambers. Young man in his first year in the goal has been pretty darn good for the Indians. That ball's deflected up off of Gio Hippolyte Jean, deflected off of Turner, and then now played up into the box. Nice defense there by Torres to let that one trickle out, and it will be a goal kick for the Indians. 27 minutes to play. Oneida trails 2-1 to the Royals of Eagleton here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Goal kick going to get through and go all the way to Shoemaker. Now played up into some space. It's going to take a one-hop. James comes down, touches off, but it's going to be cleared away. And all of a sudden, Eagleton has a lot of space here on the near sideline. And that ball still staying in. Turner, nice defensive effort by Turner. And he's able to shield him out all the way to the corner to force a goal kick.
What an incredible play by Turner. He just has so much defensive acumen.
He does.
Just a sophomore, though.
Torres boots it up. Didn't get as much power as he normally does behind that one. Here's Gio Hippolyte Jean. Plays it to the outside now. Graves back to Gio. Gio makes the turn. Looks into the middle. Now Torres clears it away. Comes down, and there's Miles Laxton. He's going to try to make the turn. Plays up into some space. Here is Levi James, far sideline. Can he stay with it and keep it in? He does. Tries to make one move, does make the move. Makes a second move, trying to get through two defenders, and now it's going to be taken away by Eagleton. Far side. Ball played up. Omar Beristain now looking up the outside on the far sideline, but Mole cannot run that one down. It'll be a throw-in for the Indians. This has been a back-and-forth battle here in the second half. Now foul. They're going to say a throw-in for Oneida.
That one never crosses the inbounds line, so got to go over to Eagleton.
Yeah, Torres was trying to play it right down the sideline. Unfortunately, didn't get it into play. It'll be a throw-in for Eagleton. Now they'll play it in short. They look to Josue Alvarez, and they're going to say off of Oneida, and it's a throw-in for Eagleton. Eagleton thought that was an Oneida throw-in. They were just sort of waiting around. Deep throw-in. Looking up the far sideline, now headed on and out towards Torres. Shoemaker trying to play back. They're going to say another throw-in for Eagleton. Looks like Veet Tran awaiting a dead ball for Oneida to sub in. Deep throw by Eagleton, looking into the box. This ball takes a one hop. Chambers has got to come out and secure that. He just got to come out a little quicker. And actually, if we just notice, the mask went back on for Chambers.
Trent will get onto the field now for the Indians. Shoemaker going to get a breather.
So they're going to sub out for Shoemaker. Okay. Goal kick for the Indians. 23 minutes to play. Here's Torres. Boots it up. It's going to take a hard bounce. Little shove into the back there, but no call. And now here's Cron. And now offside's going to be called, and Laxton was off.
Absolutely.
By about 2 yards. He had a much bigger head start than what he initially thought. Free kick for Eagleton as they lead 2-1. Ball played up. Deflected straight by Tran. Now ball going to be played off. Here's a header by Laxton looking for Tran once again. Tran, tough touch. Sees this one go past him. And now Eagleton playing up far sideline. They had some space. Torres does close out on Mole. Mole, foul going to be called, and that's the same foul that we saw at home at the end of the Rockwood game.
Absolutely.
Against Torres. And what's very funny is that he actually brought that up to me this morning and said, as soon as I did it, I just looked to make sure that I wasn't in the box.
And he was close there again.
He's
right on the edge.
You can see exactly where that ball is. He's a foot, maybe a foot and a half outside the box, and that's it. Ball played in, punched out by Chambers. Indians trying to clear it out. They do. It's headed on by number 17, Devin Elliott. Out to Mayhew. Mayhew playing up, finds Mole. Mole looks in.
Bo, there was so much going on in just a couple of minutes.
Big lungs. That's all I'm going to say. Big lungs.
James looking to equalize for his team. We've seen him do great on the penalty kick.
How about one more? Levi James just tied this ball game up with 19 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock, and we are back knotted up at 2.
And that's huge if you're an Oneida fan. Knotting this one up, we talked about it in the first half. If you're down and this game ends, your season is over.
Now I can catch my breath. Whew.
But Levi James has delivered on the penalty kicks all season long. We saw him equalize late against Campbell County to give the Indians a tie.
Saw it in the game against Oliver Springs, the first game against Oliver Springs. Clock starts. We are under 20 minutes to play. Ball played into the middle. They were looking for Gio Hippolyte Jean. Headed out by Torres. Can he run it down and clear it back upfield? He can. Makes a beautiful ball upfield. Gets it down the sidelines. And now here's Oneida, and it's Veet Tran trying to battle for it. It's taken away. Wesley Mole right there. Now here's Levi James. He oversteps the ball a little bit on that one, has it taken away, but he comes back to get it. Here's Moreland. Goes out to Jones. Jones plays it back to Gilbert. Gilbert, left foot, coming up the near sideline. Chested on by Aguilar. He comes out now to Beristain. Beristain looking middle of the field. Tough touch there by Eric Salas. And now it's going to be a throw-in for the Indians right here in front of us around the 40-yard line.
Cron going to step up to take this one. He looked like a chicken with his head cut off right there. He was just going back and forth and back and forth.
James, battling, stays with it.
Somehow.
Makes the turn. It's deflected off of Levi, and it's going to be a throw-in for Eagleton right at midfield. Throw-in by Salas. Cleared out by Turner. Dunlap gets ahead on that one somehow, but it comes down to the feet of Eagleton and number 9, Josue Alvarez. Cleared out by Torres once again. Alvarez heads it on, but this one's going to sail out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Indians. Coming up to take it away, Torres. Torres, a deep throw-in, goes off the head of Laxton. Salas. Off the head now of Tran. This one's off of Veet's head, and it's going to go out of bounds, throw in for the Royals. Both teams now looking for the go-ahead goal as Levi James knots this one up with under 20 minutes to go for Oneida off the penalty kick. Throw in. Comes off as Laxton has this one taken away. Jones tries to square up. Now takes it away from Harrison Graves. He plays out to Cron. Cron up to Dunlap. Dunlap trying to get around 2. He gets around 1, doesn't get around a second. And there's a miscue by Eagleton. And all of a sudden now there's some contact, and I think this is going to be – oh, no, they're going to call it a foul against the Indians. Looked like a 50-50 ball. I thought they were just going to allow this one to play on. But they're going to call a foul against Laxton. Either way, both players making great effort on the ball right there. Here's the free kick for Eagleton. Ball played deep. Goes over the head of Moreland. It's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Oneida. Gilbert going to leave it on the side now for Torres.
Which I think is a smart decision. I think that Torres has the better tactical arm, and I think you need somebody to match up well against Gio.
I agree. Ball's going to get through. Laxton making the play on the outside. He's going to play a ball into some space. Let's see who can win the foot race back. Dunlap battling for it back in the back. Still battling for it. Now touched off by Eagleton, and it looks like it's going to be a deep throw-in for the Indians, and it will be. Dunlap has it. He'll throw it in. He goes back to Cron. Cron back to Dunlap. And Dunlap was offsides. That right there, I will say that right there was probably just a freshman mistake. You know that you've got to get back on sides right there quickly after a throw in that deep into the corner. Mistake that many young players make right there.
I personally have done that a time or two.
I guarantee there's been many people make that mistake. Cron makes the turn. Here's James. James bowled over by Salas, and it'll be a free kick for the Indians from about 40 yards out.
And who else but Alex Torres to take?
Make it 41 yards. Torres going to ask for his 10. Eagleton's defensive back playing it up. Ball played deep. Played deep. Going to sail over the crossbar.
And not by much.
Not by much at all. Substitutions now coming in for Eagleton. Here's a pair. coming in for the Royals. As soon as they turn, we'll get those numbers.
I believe one of them is.
Put your mic down. We can't hear you. There you go.
I believe one of them is Isaiah John.
That's the that's the young man here on this near side. And now clock going to be stopped. And trying to figure out why the clock is stopped. Oh, okay. The official over here, the AR was out of position. Not entirely sure why. Nonetheless, back into play. 13 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Eagleton has the goal kick. And it's booted away. Headed on by Gilbert. Played off of the knee of Justin Mayhew, and it's going to be a throw-in for Oneida. Veet Tran trying to take it quickly. Mayhew deflects it. It'll be another throw for the Indians. Here's Laxton with it. He's going to throw it in, looking for James. James keeps it in. Can he run it down? He cannot, but it's going to be a throw-in right at the flag for Eagleton. Now can Oneida keep them pinned in? They're going to try to look deep up the sideline. Here's James. Playing in. Deflects it through. Now cleared out. Coming up to try to make the play is Gilbert. Gilbert plays a ball over his head. Now deflected down by Devin Elliott. Coming up to take it away from Gio Hippolyte Jean was Israel Turner. Turner plays the ball through. Finds Dunlap. That ball's going to get all the way through, played up. And it'll be a throw-in for the Indians. Cron will take it near sideline.
Despite the size difference, Turner has been playing Gio extremely well.
Here's Jones. Thought that was going to be a handball, but no call. Cleared out by Eagleton, headed on by Jones. Now cleared out once again, this time by Elliott. It'll be another throw-in for Oneida. Substitution coming in. Here comes Riley Shoemaker. He's going to replace Tran.
I believe they'll say that one was incidental.
Eagleton and Oneida knotted up at 2. 11.5 minutes to go here in regulation. Throw in by Torres. Goes to the feet of James. James makes a play. Shot on. It's under the arms of Stevens, and it's in the back of the net. The Indians take the lead. Levi James finally finds a way to beat Stevens back post, and it's 3-2 Indians with 11:20 to play.
That was just perfect.
It was a brilliant ball. James makes a turn, gets around 2. The defense of Eagleton was there, and they've been just converging on James all night long. He tries to play a ball through. I'm not sure if it was even a true shot attempt.
I don't think it was either.
I think he was just trying to play a ball through, and that one just goes under the arms of Stevens, and now the Indians have the lead.
He maybe had a foot of a window between the defenders to even pass that in.
But now here's Eagleton quickly making the turn up. Shoemaker going to turn around, make the play. And Eagleton keeps it in on the far sideline. That's Mole. Plays the ball in. Somehow that ball gets through. Gio has scored like that before, but there is Israel Turner to turn him away. Now James making the run. They're going to try to make another run here. He makes one man miss, makes another miss, and now here's a run by Laxton. He's getting into the box. Laxton fires off, and it's another goal for the Indians, and all of a sudden, Oneida leads by 2.
To quote FIFA, this game turned on its head in just a matter of moments.
Oneida with a pair of goals in less than a minute have taken a 2-goal lead here in the second half, and now sort of sit in a commanding position with 10.5 to play.
We talked about it earlier in the half, especially in the halftime. We talked about the Indians were going to have to come out with that aggressiveness. They were going to have to pressure this keeper, and that's exactly what they've done.
10.5 to play. Gio Hippolyte Jean will put it into play for the Royals as they trail by 2. Ball played up. Here's Gio with it once again. Looking outside, still with possession himself. He goes outside now to Mole. Mole looks in. Ball attempted to be crossed in. And that's going to be a corner kick for Eagleton. 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes to play in this one. Oneida went from trailing 2-1 at the half to now leading it by 2 off of a pair of goals from Levi James and a third from Miles Laxton. Here is the corner kick opportunity for Eagleton. Looks to be Mole taking it. Ball played in. Curving in, cleared out by Israel Turner, and if he's not on the backside of the post right there, that is a goal for Eagleton. Israel Turner yet again coming up huge defensively for the Indians.
My goodness, and what a sophomore defender Turner is.
Thrown in. Torres clears it away. Here's Laxton trying to get to it, trying to save possession for the Indians. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Royals in front of their bench. Headed on. Here's James. Plays it up, far sideline. Eagleton has a tough touch, and this one's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Oneida now near midfield. Taking the throw will be Torres. Torres gets it into James. James, how he got a foot on that, I'm not sure. Comes down, ball played into some space. Now here's Eagleton with it. Jones, not with a great touch. Turner gets a chest on it. Deflected. Going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it's a throw-in for the Indians here around the 30-yard line just in front of us to our right.
Turner has been a brick wall. We talked about early in the first half there was 2 defensive acumens for either side. In the first half it was Braylon Stevens preventing this score from changing, but in this half it's been Israel Turner.
Here's Beristain with it at midfield. Played through. Moreland plays it back now to Gilbert. Gilbert's going to play it up. He'll find Cron near side. They're going to play another ball into some space. Can Stevens get to this one? He comes well out of his box to clear it away as Laxton was making the run. Here's Shoemaker trying to pressure. They're going to say he extended those arms a little too far, and it's going to be a free kick for Eagleton with 7.5 to play. Now the sense of urgency by the Royals.
I believe they're going to make him redo that.
Yeah, I don't think the ball ever came to rest. They said leave the ball out there. They're going to throw him up another one.
Which that is imperative that you know.
Now another ball just comes onto the field somewhere. We've just got a random ball here around the 40-yard line. And now Cron's going to come over and boot that one off as Eagleton makes the push. Ball's going to track over the end line. It will be a goal kick for Oneida with under 7 to play. A substitution coming in for Eagleton. Solis is going to come off. And trying to get the uniform number of that young man. It's number 9, Josue Alvarez, returning. Torres will take the goal kick. Under 6.5 to go. He'll fire it off here, coming to the near side. Up with his Beristain. He's going to go through 3 defenders for Oneida. And now here's Moreland. Tries to clear it away. It's still pinballing around in the front. It's Mole. But he's turned away by Moreland. Now touched by James as Hayden Dunlap is still battling back there for Oneida, trying to keep Eagleton turned away from coming upfield. Foul going to be called on Dunlap. Time going to be called. And Dunlap's going to get the yellow.
I agree with that one. That was an excessive contact.
It was excessive contact. It was 1v1 on the far side. You cannot make that play right there. If you are Dunlap, he's upset with himself, as now Veet Tran will come on for the Indians. And it looks like the Eagleton player may be cramping up just a bit. Under 6 to play. And now Eagleton, once again, having to play with that sense of urgency here in this one. Clock starts. And we're under 6 to play. Free kick played up. Going to take a hop. Torres, he's going to boot it up. Finds Shoemaker. Shoemaker goes back to Cron. Cron looks to James, middle of the field. Levi plays the ball through. This one deflects off. And offside is going to be called. I'm guessing that was called on Laxton, but Veet Tran was also in the area right there. Either way, it's a free kick for Eagleton with 5 to go. Booted away. They're looking for Gio Hippolyte Jean in the middle of the field. It's headed on by Gilbert. Now by James. Brought down to the feet of Veet Tran. Far side. Tran looking for space. And takes that one away. A tough touch on the far side by Barristain. He does keep it in. Keeps it right there on the sideline. Now finds Wesley Mole. Mole. He's going to look deep. Looks up, deflected by Turner, now cleared away by Gilbert. Mole with it once again. Now James takes it away. Midfield, makes one move. Now looks to the outside, and he sees Shoemaker. Shoemaker on sides. He's got a little space. He's got to come up and make the play. Drops it back to Cron. Cron looking middle of the field. Has it taken away to Laxton. Laxton somehow still battling for it through there. Devin Elliott finally turns him away, finds Wesley Mole up the field. Mole now looking for space. Torres going to run this one down far sideline. As he is pushed off on that one, they will hold it off, and that's going to be a foul called. And it will be a free kick for the Indians. Under 4 to go. Oneida leading 4-2. With their sights set on a District 2A championship matchup on Thursday night. Torres boots it away. It's going to take a hop. Played on by Tran and a Royal for Eagleton. Ball bounces around a couple of times. Now comes to the feet of Levi James. James going to play a ball into space. Laxton on sides. He's going to run it down. Plays the ball into the middle. There's Shoemaker, but once again, it's played on by Stevens. Laxton with it once again. Fires a shot off. This one sails high. Braylon Stevens has altered so many opportunities for Oneida here this evening. And now a goal kick for the Eagles. Ball played on. Headed off by James. Attempted there by Ortega. Now here's Eagleton with it once again. They play to the center of the field. Running it down is going to be Alex Jones. No, it's going to be Cron. Cron now plays it outside to Tran. Tran over to James. To Laxton. Laxton makes the turn. Looks into space, and there's Levi James. He's going to make the run into the box, and he is absolutely obliterated in the box, and it's going to be another penalty kick for Levi James, and this could ice it out.
Not only that, it could be the hat trick for James.
It could be. Time is going to stop with 2:01 on the clock, and Levi James is going to look for his hat trick.
If you're Eagleton, you're looking to your keeper to come up big here to keep you in this one.
James has already had one of these. And he goes the same spot. For goal number 3 on the night, give Levi James the Mad Hatter. He'll tip the cap. And it's 5-2 in favor of Oneida. What a second half effort by the Indians in this one. Unbelievable.
2-1 at the half, Eagleton leading, and the Indians go on a 4-0 run to take the lead and effectively ice this game.
Yeah, there's a minute 51 on the game clock. We're going to run it down to get even. Now the clock runs. Ball played on, and actually that's a brilliant play by Wesley Mole. We've seen that numerous times. Cade Chambers comes up big and deflects it out.
I actually saw it last night. Oliver Springs tried to get Cade Chambers
They did.
Off his game and knock one in early. That one headed out by Gilbert. Fires a shot that was
off the uprights. A minute 18 to play.
Trying to see who took that shot. Is the young man.
Actually, we're going to say a minute 10 now. We're going to get it back onto the clock once again.
Number 15, Justin Mayhew took that shot.
And here is the goal kick from Torres. He looks up. James is there. Makes a nice touch on it. And it goes to Beristain. Beristain now into the middle of the field. James still with pressure. Israel Turner once again. And now all of a sudden, look here. It's Riley Shoemaker on the run. He gets into the box. He's going to fire a shot. This one's going to sail just high and wide. But that is okay. Nice hustle by that young man right there. But it's going to be a goal kick. No, they're going to say that they are calling Shoemaker offsides. Free kick. Played up. Ashton Moreland deflects it. It's going to go to Cron as time is running down. 13 seconds to go. Eagleton's going to clear it up. But Oneida has punched their ticket to the District 2A championship game here this evening with a 5-2 win over Eagleton in this one. What a game by Oneida, especially the second half effort out of the Indians.
Absolutely. I mean, it all started with Levi James doing what captains do and securing the penalty kick in the box. And from that point on, it was all Indians.
We'll take a 2-minute break, come back with highlights from tonight, as well as our final thoughts. Oneida victorious over Eagleton 5-2 here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th Lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs.
To show how scary that is, we made metal monsters.
With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled.
And music that would have made your heart race.
But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, it is a 5-2 win for the Indians here in the District 2A semifinals. It locks up a championship game berth as well as locks up a region berth for the Indians under first-year head coach David Blevins. Oneida improves now to 8-7-1 on the season. Eagleton finishes their season with an overall record of 7-7. Let's take a look at the highlights here from this one. Early on in the contest, this was Hayden Dunlap putting Oneida up early in this one. Just about 7 minutes in for goal number 1, Oneida leads 1-0 in the first half.
Great goal from Dunlap.
After 2 goals from Eagleton to take a 2-1 lead in the second half, or going into halftime, it was Levi James here with goal number 2 for Oneida, knotting it up on the PK with under 20 to play. And that's, you talked about it earlier, that's just a senior coming up big. Now with 11.5 to play, it's a throw in here from Torres. James plays it in, gets a shot off, and look at the window. Gets it underneath the hands of Braylon Stevens, goes through 2 defenders for Eagleton to give Oneida a 3-2 lead. Now the transition goal. This one was huge for Oneida. It's Levi James going around a second defender and playing a brilliant ball through for Miles Laxton. Laxton took a couple of touches, got it into the box, and then beats Stevens near post for goal number 4. And then finally, it is Levi James coming up with under 2 minutes to play on a second penalty kick of the day for Oneida. And he will put this one in the back of the net for goal number 5 and ice this game away. It is a 5-2 victory for the Indians in this one. Lucas, what a second half effort by the Indians.
Absolutely. 4-0 run. All starts with that Levi James penalty kick. And we're not going to take away from Eagleton either. Braylon Stevens was a deciding factor for them.
The young man was an absolute monster between the pipes tonight for Eagleton, no doubt about that. Also, Harrison Graves up top was brilliant for Eagleton. Of course, Gio Hippolyte-Jean in the middle there is just such a horse to work with there in the middle of the field. Oneida had to countered that tonight. You would think that it was mainly countered by Ben Gilbert.
Or maybe Alex Torres, but no. Israel
Turner was a huge defensive player tonight for the Indians. He came up with 2 brilliant saves of his own in this ball game as well.
Absolutely.
Also, kudos to Eagleton's defensive player, Devin Elliott. He was an absolute just monster in the back as well for
and
them.
Emilio Aguilar.
Aguilar was another young man. Wesley Mole at the top for Eagleton.
Would have scored if it wasn't for Israel Turner.
Absolutely. This was a great, evenly matched game, but Oneida, I think, had this one circled on their calendar after that 3-1 loss at home. They wanted this game. They wanted the return match with this one, and Oneida comes out victorious in this one by a score of 5-2. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday, District 2A championship game. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be down at Kingston. We'll have to see how that one plays out tonight as Kingston takes on Harriman later on this evening. We will do everything we can to have that game on the air for you on Tuesday night here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. We'll do everything we can to have that. Of course, you can always check on our social media as much as possible. We'll keep you updated every bit that we can here for that. But Indians victorious tonight in Maryville at Eagleton, 5-2. Thank you to everyone watching at home. Thank you for everybody involved in the broadcast. Of course, Lucas Laxton on the cam and color commentary tonight. Thank you to Clayton Posey back at home base. Thank you to Greg Bond over at the IH Sports Network, Ben Garrett as well, and of course our lead sponsor for tonight, First National Bank. Thank you very much for getting us on the air this evening. Oneida victorious. They head to the District 2A championship game on Thursday right here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.